Friendly and beautiful.
Already had in place, you just gotta have $2,000 in the bank. If you don't have $2,000, I mean, I'm not gonna say you shouldn't be traveling, but I mean,
it is.
Everybody should have $2,000 in their bank account, bro. Yeah. I mean, that
What's good, my people? So the passport bros are definitely in shambles over this one, especially those ones who are broke and, you know, they barely have enough money to travel, but they decide that they're still going to travel anyway and come back home broke. They are not going to be able to make it to Brazil, unfortunately. So shout out to Black Millionaires for this article right here. It says Americans now need a visa and proof that they have at least $2,000 in their bank account to visit Brazil. Now, this was supposed to go into effect, I think, a few months ago, but it got pushed back for whatever reason. But it's here now. And basically, we've always required Brazilians to pay for a visa and, you know, have a certain amount of money. And they just kind of, you know, paying it back to us and now are requiring that from Americans. You know, I guess they don't want you to go over there broke, and they want to also, I guess, make a little bit more money than they're making already from tourism. But let's dive a little bit deeper into it. Starting soon, U.S. travelers heading to Brazil for tourism, business, or transit will need to apply for an e-visa, ending the visa-free access Americans have had since 2019. So since 2019, you did need a visa to go. Now you do. You got to pay for it. You got to pay for it, man. The e-visa costs $80, lasts for 10 years, and allows you to stay in Brazil for up to 90 days each year. So, you know, for the traveler that, you know, he is responsible financially, this shouldn't really be too much of a problem, it seems like. And also the visa lasts you for 10 years. So it's $80. And for 10 years, you can go to Brazil as much as you want. I think that's cool. I think that's a good deal. Let's see. To qualify, you must prove you have enough money to support yourself. This can include bank statements showing of at least $2,000, recent pay stubs, or credit card statement. And if needed, a sponsor can also provide financial backing. This change is part of Brazil's policy to spark a conversation about its potential effects on tourism and privacy. You can apply online, and approval usually takes around 5 days. Yeah, I will say I do think it's gonna affect their tourism, but not as much as it probably people think. A lot of Americans do go there. You know, sometimes the visa thing does kind of, especially if it takes 5 days and you have to send some of your private information away. That's going to turn a lot of people off. The people who love Brazil, they're still going to go to Brazil. But, you know, I feel like it will just slow their tourism up just a little bit, not too much. The privacy thing is definitely is going to be a big deal for some people. Some people not going to want to send bank statements or pay stubs or like any type of financial information to somewhere where they don't know how well it's actually being handled. It's going to be interesting to see how do you send it. Well, it says you can apply online, so I'm assuming that you just have to like upload a document. And they said the approval takes 5 days. I do have plans to visit Brazil. These requirements aren't gonna stop that. But hopefully I don't really have to send anything that has like too much of like personal information. And you know, like some of these guys, they're going to just be faking bank statements or faking pay stubs and sending it, because I mean, how is Brazil going to actually be able to verify that that's actually a real statement? That's going to be interesting to see. I know if you do get caught doing something like that, it's not going to end well for you. You'll probably be like blacklisted from the country for a while and won't be able to enter or get a visa at all. But let's see what some of the people are saying in the comments, man. If you have less than 2 bands in the bank, then you don't need to be traveling anywhere but work. And hey, that is definitely true. That's definitely true. If your finances aren't straight here in America, you probably shouldn't be going overseas like that. But people are gonna do it anyway. We gotta be realistic. People are gonna do it anyway. People are gonna get a little lump sum, or some people they save up for their trips and put the money to the side. So yeah, people go places and come back home broke all the time. We've seen a lot of these guys start to go viral. They'll go to DR and then they'll be broke and asking people to send them money on Cash App and stuff like that. So people are definitely gonna do it, but that is definitely good advice. Take your ass to work, and then once you got enough money, go travel, see the world after that. Good for them. United States requires an arm and a leg for anyone visiting from a poor country. Yeah, like I said, I don't think we can be mad at it because we do require it. There are plenty of countries that we got to pay visa. We got to we have to get visas to go to. Some is worse. Some of these places you got to send your passport off and hope that it makes it back, so it can be difficult getting visas certain places. The $80 is more so on the high end from what I've seen, but I've seen some countries charge 50. I think I heard Myanmar and a few other places charge like $50 for their visa. When I got to El Salvador, I think they charged me like $20 for the like tourist visa, basically. So it's like a little small green card. You give them $20. They just sign it for you, basically. Nothing too major. Keep that energy because Donald gonna require double. Yes, I think she's going off like the whole tariff thing going on right now, and how somebody does something to us, Donald, he adds an extra 50% on whatever he was already gonna do. Passport bros somewhere fighting the domestic air. Yeah, it's a lot of guys punching the air over this right now that was planning to go to Brazil. I know the group trips are gonna be awkward when some guys do have the $2,000 and ain't really complaining about it, and then you got some guys that are they literally punching the domestic air because they ain't gonna be going to Brazil. They gotta find somewhere else to go now. Everyone's saying if you don't have 2,000 in your account, you don't need to be going anywhere. But the truth of the matter is more than half of Americans don't even have 1,000 in their emergency fund. They can't afford it. But we here for a good time, not a long time. Travel. Hey, man, everybody do your own thing. Me personally, I would make sure I got my finances straight before I, go ahead and take that trip. Someone said, well, Puerto Rico it is. Hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. Go somewhere you don't need a visa. Go somewhere without the all these requirements, money requirements. Someone said $2,000 in Brazil is 10 bands. Basically, what you need to know, I got that money for, much money for. I don't know. When you're traveling, 2,000 USD does go a long way in a lot of these countries. But basically, I don't think they just don't want people. One, they want to do it because America's doing it. Two, you don't want broke people coming there. I feel like, they already got a huge homeless problem and they ain't trying to add to it. And a lot of people do go to other countries just to be homeless. Basically everybody's saying, if you don't got 2K, you shouldn't even be going. They have to make sure it's worth it when you get robbed. Yeah, man, they got a lot of these countries that have a lot of beggars. They have a lot of people trying to get your money, and they don't. I guess they don't want no broke tourists going out there. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think about this. If you're a passport bro, is this affecting you? If you're just a traveler, is this going to be affecting you? Do you think that I don't think the requirement of 2K is crazy. It's just that you have to actually prove that, and proving that comes with sending some private information off, which, sending that to another country, especially Brazil, they're not really known for being the most, like if this was like Dubai or something, like Dubai or Singapore or somewhere where it's like known for not a lot of crime, and like they're gonna treat the tourist papers with respect and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying Brazil won't, but how Brazil is and what you hear from Brazil. I've never been there myself, so I gotta go and give my own opinion for sure. But you know. So a lot of people just ain't gonna trust it. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. As always, love y'all.